Clearing up the myths and untruths of network marketing, also known as MLM. These are the topics 6 through 10. Hi, and welcome back. An article was posted on MSN.com with 25 MLM strategies that cross the legal line. Now, having been in this industry for almost 50 years, I thought I'd check this out and see what was being said because it's false information on the internet that's causing a lot of problems and preventing others from an opportunity to become very successful. So, in this presentation, we're going to now talk about the next five topics, 6 through 10, and then following in the next three videos, the balance of the topics through 25. So, when someone brings up one of these topics, then you can forward them a copy about their concern. Now, the original article is no longer available. I don't know why, they must have pulled it down, but this video will cover five more of these myths. There will be five videos in all covering all 25 untruths. So let's take a look at number 6. Social media influence. Myth number 6. Now, saying that the use of influencers on social media is wrong or bad, that was the main thrust of the article. Now, the use of an influencer or a person or situation that gets to the people has been around since the beginning of time. I mean, Madison Avenue, the advertising area in New York, has been using celebrities, influencers, since they understood how people would follow them simply because they were fans. I mean, just look at commercials and how they use a celebrity. This is good and effective marketing. Now, what is important is the value of what they're promoting, their integrity, and that's the whole about this in a different thing in a different way. If you look at politics as an example, there are different influencers promoting different ideals, and they all mean something to some of those they reach. Again, this is business and a totally acceptable method. However, some influencers on the internet are not really in love with the products they promote and are only interested in the fast buck. So they can muddy up the water a bit and as to what is good or what is bad. As it is turning out, it is becoming even more difficult to use social media and the internet to promote as the competition for the space is astronomical. Number 7, hidden costs and fees. Now, I've been involved in this industry for almost 50 years, off and on, and associated with many different businesses in the network marketing industry. And this is not a normal condition or occurrence. Now, depending on your position and relationship, you would need to define what is meant by hidden costs and fees. And for those companies I dealt with, I always knew all the costs and the fees, and nothing was ever hidden. Now, there was certain information that would only pertain to the company employees, but that's the same for all businesses. All commissions and fees were always clearly stated and explained. There are no hidden costs or fees. What I know from experience is that some people simply never bothered to ask ahead of time, and then when a cost or fee was made available, it was thought to be hidden when in fact it was never looked for or understood that it existed in the first place. Promotion of lifestyle. In the original article, it was stating that promoting a better lifestyle in MLM is bad or wrong and not true. Oh boy. Now, this is one of those interesting points where what can be attractive is the lifestyle that can be created, and it is mostly based on success, just like most other areas of social understanding. There used to be a TV show a long time ago, The Lives of the Rich and Famous. Now, there are all kinds of TV shows, magazines, movies, and books that talk about or promote lifestyle. Now, what I came to understand was that you can accomplish your dreams and live the lifestyle that you direct and create. That is the opportunity of life, not just with MLM. Now, unrealistic lifestyles are simply that. I don't own a yacht or live in a mansion, but I have a great lifestyle and I created that with hard work. Promotion of lifestyle must be in context with work and time, as we already know anything is possible and not just with network marketing. Lifestyle is one of those personal issues that is based on an individual's dreams and desires. But the point to keep in mind is don't promise what you can't deliver. Number 9, exploitation of personal relationships. Now, for some, inviting personal context because of the relationship works, and for some, this doesn't work. It's all based on circumstance. The definition of exploit is to make productive use of, utilize, and the negative is to make use of meanly or unfairly for one's own advantage. So the word can be two things, one positive and one negative. One of the best and worst areas in you is your personal relationships. If done right, they become the best. If done wrong, they're the worst. So that this makes sense, the way to become successful in the business is to help others get what they want, whatever that is. So if you apply the positive definition, that is how it works. And if you apply the negative definition, that's how it doesn't work. The distinction comes through proper education. And this is an area that has been missing for decades because of the unscrupulous individuals who sought to take advantage of the uneducated. Something like that is going on in our country today. Success in our business comes through helping others get the benefits they want. And if that applies to your personal relationship, then that's a positive thing. Number 10, scripted sales pitches. Along with a very successful career in network marketing, I also had many other of my own businesses, worked for major corporations, and have been involved with insurance sales, investment sales, auto sales, advertising sales, and other specific product sales. And in each, the pitch, or more professionally, the presentation, was always started, and you learned this with a script, which is something you wrote off first so you would learn what to say. To make a presentation, you need to understand what to say and how to say it. And if you have no experience, how else will you learn? The best way is a script, and the idea is to make it your own so that it becomes part of you. Now, this is done in all industries that you have something for sale. Now, what's interesting is with time and experience, the less one is going to need a script, but most professionals speaking to large groups from the stage use scripts and or a teleprompter. Now, they may have memorized them or they practice as much as they know what they're going to say like the back of their hand. The mistakes I've seen and experienced have come from individuals who didn't understand or really know what they were presenting. And this is why you want to start with education and good scripts so that you can sound and become more professional.